Gentleman yields back now. Recognize Representative Menendez for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you to the witnesses for being here today, especially those who are representing the public safety community. We appreciate your dedication to keeping all Americans safe. Mr. Chairman, we've heard a lot of talk about strengthening public safety infrastructure from our colleagues on the other side of the aisle today. But the Trump administration and congressional Republicans have consistently weakened our emergency management systems, endangering the lives of Americans and first responders, and making us less prepared when disasters strike. It's not lost on me that we're holding this hearing on the same week as the September 11th terrorist attacks, an anniversary that's particularly salient in my district, which was home to many of the first responders who answered the call of duty that day. And to me personally, I was there across the river in Hoboken and later served as a commissioner of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. And so it's my belief that we need to do everything possible to keep our first responders safe, to give them the best equipment and technology that we possibly can, something that we'll do so long as I get to serve in this role. September 11th also revealed fundamental issues with our nation's public safety communications. And while we've improved our emergency preparedness, Republicans and President Trump are heading us in the wrong direction. Republicans have cut funding for public broadcasting, hindered the Next Generation warning system, and left Next Generation 911 without a dedicated source of funding. At the same time, the Trump administration has gutted emergency preparedness funding, including FEMA's Building Resilient Infrastructure in Communities program that supported hazard mitigation projects in Hoboken, Bayonne, Newark, all municipalities I have the privilege of representing. It's extremely frustrating and disappointing that we find ourselves here with all the work and progress that we've made. I'd like to start my questioning with the importance of Next Generation 911. New Jersey has experienced 75 natural disasters costing over $1 billion over the last 40 years. As a New Jerseyan who lived through Superstorm Sandy, I know how critical it is that we have effective emergency communications infrastructure. Sheriff, just a yes or no, is upgrading our nation's emergency communications systems a life-saving necessity?
Yes, sir.
And Sheriff, how critical is upgrading our Next Generation 911 systems for the cybersecurity and resiliency of our nation's emergency communications networks?
Critical.
Thank you. And Dr. Fontes, you responded earlier to a question from Ranking Member Pallone that there isn't currently a clear pathway to fund Next Generation 911 through spectrum auction proceeds. So just a yes or no, sitting here today, would you feel more confident about the future of Next Generation 911 if Republicans had not walked away from a bipartisan agreement to fund it through spectrum auctions?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm incredibly concerned that Republicans have abandoned this bipartisan agreement that would have used funding from the FCC's Spectrum Auction Authority to fund Next Generation 911, making our public safety networks less secure and less resilient from cyber attacks. And all of this is happening in the context of the Trump administration's cuts to critical cybersecurity initiatives for telecommunications networks at CISA and other agencies. Mr. Nguyen, Sheriff, does the federal government have an essential role to play with respect to ensuring that we have the cybersecurity capabilities to protect our emergency communication systems? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And should we not be doing more to collaborate with our local agencies who are on the front lines to give you all the resources to ensure that as we improve our communication systems, that they're cybersecurity resilient? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Wright, congressional Republicans recently rescinded funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, ending its role in administering the Next Generation Warning System program that helps local communities receive emergency alerts during natural disasters. Mr. Wright, is funding for the Next Generation Warning System crucial for our nation's public safety infrastructure?
Life-saving.
And how have cuts to the Corporation for Public Broadcasting from the Republican rescissions package affected funding for the Next Generation Warning System?
Profoundly. Congress, in its wisdom, since FY22, has appropriated $176 million to the Next Generation Warning System.
Thank you,
Right now, we have $100 million that's in limbo. That money can be put to good use.
Understood. Mr. Wright, just yes or no, following the shutdown of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, should FEMA take over administering grants for the Next Generation Warning System?
Yes, I believe it should.
Thank you. That's why I co-led a letter with my colleague, Congressman Barragan, demanding that the acting administrator FEMA take action. But in closing, This shouldn't be a Republican issue. This shouldn't be a Democrat issue. This shouldn't even be a bipartisan issue. This should be nonpartisan. But we find ourselves in times where this administration and my colleagues across the aisle are being complicit in making us weaker and less secure. And we should be doing the exact opposite. Thank you all so much for being here, for all the work that you do.